Hello, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming and welcome to the 2021 Kitten Olympics. I am so excited to be commentating at least one of these events alongside my two co-commentators, Ryan Itera and Wonder Chef. So without further ado, let's just go to the very first event. The one side to the other race, starting off with Shiva. What a fast boy he is, already nice and steady. 4 seconds on the clock, but he's already on the other side, and within 8 seconds and 5 milliseconds, he makes it to the other side seamlessly. Not a break in between, just straight forward. Now our second contestant is getting ready, and we got Claire. Claire pauses for a little bit, goes into the other side, and already 4 seconds in, 5 seconds in, just stops in to take a look at the crowd, waving at it. But Claire, this is a timed event, so you should probably be hurrying up to the other side. Already 20 seconds on the timer, but nice and steady. Oh, with a little bit of a sprint, makes it with 23 seconds and 9 milliseconds. I don't think Claire was aware that they were recording the time, because you could tell that she was scared when she got to the other side. But overall, nice score for someone waving at the crowd for so long. For our very next racer, let's just take a look at the crowd. He is a crowd favorite, as you guys can see. It is Brad. Brad, already starting off strong. He's pacing around, just taking a look at every little detail. But he's still going strong, gets a nice dash, and with a 9 seconds and 14 milliseconds, he makes it to the other side. Now for our next contestant, oh my god, Jolene just takes a quick dash and spends a couple of times just taking a nice break. Jumps up and takes the last dash in order to complete it. So much potential, but unfortunately with 10 seconds and 11 milliseconds, it's not gonna be enough to claim the top rate ranking. Now we got Gigi and another dash immediately coming in. And another dash, oh my god, that is the fastest time we have had so far. This might be a world record. This might be a world record for the Kitten Olympics. Congratulations, Gigi. And then of course we have Elena taking a nice stroll around the edge, but another dash into a 6 seconds and 12 milliseconds. My goodness, I think we gotta look at that replay one more time because that dash was insane. Alright, I am getting a word from the people recording the times, and it seems like Elena had the fastest time with 6 seconds and 12 milliseconds, even breaking another world record, even though Gigi broke it right before her. On third place and fourth place respectively, we got Shiva with 8 seconds and 5 milliseconds, Brad with 9 seconds and 14 milliseconds, and then in the fifth place we got Jolene with 10 seconds and 11 milliseconds, and Claire, who forgot that they were timing and ended up with a 23 seconds and 9 milliseconds. Without further ado, guys, thank you so much for listening to this amazing commentary. But now it's time for Wonder Chef to take it away.
Thank you so much. I am Wonder Chef, and the action has just begun here at the Kitten Olympics 2021 in partnership with Extra Life for Kids. We have seen our adorable competitors go straight to the goal in the sprint, but now it is time for the obstacle course, where they will be going through a set of different obstacles led by a laser pointer to see who will make it to the pedestal at the end first. Our first competitor will be Brad, coming in at 4th in the sprint. He was a little bit slow to start, but he did speed up at the end, and we'll see if he brings that energy in as he is beginning right now, immediately going past the S scratcher. An interesting strategy, getting rid of the first layer of difficulty and immediately over the tipping hammock. And now we go over to the horizontal cat scratcher. This one's a little bit difficult. It is going to take a little bit more balance than the other obstacles, but The biggest issue here right now is trying to find the direction to get over it, although it looks like we are seeing it, and there we go. Perfect balance getting all the way over, but now undoubtedly the most difficult of the obstacles, the vertical cat scratcher. Now you need to get all the way over this to the pedestal at the end, which you can see right here, to end your time, but it's not going to be the easiest thing. There's a little bit of a distraction at the top with a little bit of a cat toy, you can see. But here we go. Our competitor is halfway up, all the way up. Just needs one more leap, going the full difficulty. And we are going to be ending with a 52-second time. 52:06. A very good showing, I would say, at the start. I do feel like a lot of these competitors are going to be having a difficult time at the end. But here we go. Going to Jolene next. A little bit low on the placements last time. Also going around the S Scratcher. And unfortunately, getting a little bit lost. We did see Jolene with a great showing in the sprint at the start, then stopping even to wash themselves, which didn't even actually impact the time that badly, but now the distraction is looking like it could be eating a little bit into the time, although a quick leap over the hammock. Now just needs to get over the horizontal cat scratcher, and in fact this time isn't looking too bad. In fact, just needs to get over the vertical cat scratcher, has plenty of time, maybe about 20 seconds left to just even match Brad's speed. Working on 40 seconds, though, cannot find the direction, cannot find the laser. You see another competitor in the background right there, perhaps cheering on, and there we go. A much easier path and a slightly faster time than Brad. Just going directly to the podium, not climbing all the way up over the cat scratcher. But it's a great time. Jolene now in the lead, and we're going to be moving to Claire, who was actually in our last place in the sprints. Got distracted for quite a while. Definitely a little kitty that likes to enjoy the sights and sounds, but enjoying the sight and sound of another competitor jumping on the obstacle course. Maybe wants a little bit more, wants another run. But this is actually a great start, by far the fastest of any of the competitors we've seen today. Going there in about 20 seconds. But now again, the question, can you get to the final pedestal? We see back two competitors in the background. They all want to play. They all want to get in on the action. And there's still maybe 20 seconds left. Plenty of time. Just needs to find the moment to get over. But this is what we saw from Claire in the sprint. The distraction at the end. Oh, you're so close. You just need to make it. There's still time to be first. Just past first. Just past Jolene's time. There's still a chance to get second. No, just past Brad's as well. And it looks like the distraction factor again is coming into play here, and finally making it over. Claire, not with a terrible time, definitely with the strongest start that we have seen, but not quite making it at the very end, which is of course the most difficult obstacle. So we'll see if the other competitors can do better. Of course, moving on to Gigi, where we are going to see actually our second place in the sprint. So a successful placement here could, continue to push Gigi to the top of the leaderboard. Oh, getting actually stuck on the S Scratcher. This isn't an obstacle that most of the other competitors have had too much of an issue with. Most of them just going around it, not even worrying about it. But this is actually a different strategy altogether with the horizontal scratcher, just going below it. You don't technically have to get all the way over it, but that has actually increased Gigi's time quite well. Here we go, though, the ultimate obstacle, and maybe thinking that you're supposed to go underneath, but that's not quite the goal here. Just needs again to find that direction. No, being distracted by the underneath. I mean, that was a strategy that we saw very successful for the horizontal scratcher, but you can't go underneath the vertical scratcher. And yet again, another competitor saying, hey, up here, trying to give some support to their brethren. But the time is passing. The time is getting away. Oh, so close, and finally finds it. Unfortunately, our fourth longest out of 4 competitors so far. Oh no, you don't get a do-over, or maybe just getting a little reward with the kitty toy right there. But we now only have 2 competitors left, so we're going to be moving on next to Chiba, a very consistent competitor in our sprint events, coming in at 3rd place. And as the rest of them going just around the S Scratcher, and a little bit of a slower start. But of course, we all know that the start is not as important. Ooh, a little bit scared right there. Not as important as how you do at the end. But this is a very consistent start. This is actually quite fast. Oh, getting a little bit lost, just sitting on the horizontal scratcher, but finding the way. Can't stand on that, but makes it down. And now, again, quite a bit of time here to just make it to the final podium. but first needs to find the laser pointer. Can't quite find it. Okay, there we go. Got a grasp on it. There's still about 20 seconds left to still be in the running for top 3. And in fact, it looks like this is going to be a quick one. This will be our fastest time so far. So Chiba, minimum getting a second place, possibly a first place, but getting also third in the sprint. A great showing so far. But now it's time to move to our final competitor, Helena, who was first place in the sprint. We'll see if there can be a repeat of that result. A quick start around the S-Scratcher, getting over the tilting hammock. Ooh, not really sure exactly, but there we go. Gains a little bit of confidence, gets all the way over, and now again, an extremely quick start. Can Helena find the answer? Can Helena get to the final podium a little bit quicker than the rest of the competitors? 20 seconds to still be in first, and in fact, that is the fastest time by far. That may even be a new world record, as Helena going to be ending with a 28:08 time. That is less than half of the time of some of the other competitors that we've seen today, and Helena is just proving to be a powerhouse in this competition, coming in first place in the sprint and first place in the obstacle course. A great showing to all of our competitors. We do, of course, have Chiba with a 45:23 below that, Jolene 49:26, Brad with 52:06, and Claire and Gigi closing it out with both just slightly over a minute. But that is not the end of the action. We do have one final event. We'll see if anybody can dethrone Helena. But let me throw it over to my third counterpart here, Ryan.
Once again, thank you for handing it over to me, and I'm Ryan. If you're not sure where you are right now, this is again the Kitten Olympics 2021 in partnership with Extra Life for Kids. This last event is going to be wrestling, and if we've seen anything from these kittens, they are adorable and cuddly. And to be cuddly, I think it's no exaggeration to say this, but you gotta go up close and personal with whoever you want to snuggle up with, and these kittens are no strangers to that. Our first matchup, just look at it right here, Claire versus Shiba. And of course, let's just see how it plays out, because I think Shiba's already just trying to get, a little bit of a nudge in, which is very good. Just trying to go in for like quick little nuzzles to just get, Claire like irritated under the skin. But Claire's not being phased out just yet, but I think Claire's taking the first step. What's he gonna do? I think Claire, oh no, Claire walked off. Oh no, I think Shiba was just, under, just irritating Claire under the skin, just the little nudges pushing it off, and of course that secures Shiba the whip. A very nice display of skill right there to just, force your opponent out of the ring like that. But, this is only one round, and we've seen a bunch of kittens, so I'm going to introduce you to the next few once again. The next pair we have is Brad versus Jolene. Now, this is interesting because both of them don't seem phased at all. They're both just trying to, like, groom themselves up, look around, get a grasp of the area here. I think they're trying to scope out the battlefield, but that's fine. We're gonna have to see something happen, and of course, thank you so much to one of our attendants to just, throw in something in the ring, give them a bit of motivation to just move around a bit. And of course, this is now putting up, some kind of a motivation to go get into it. And of course, Brad and Jolene now finally standing up, trying to get something doing. They're both, just side by side. I do believe. Oh, is this what we're gonna see? You don't have to do this. Oh, backing out. This is an agreement they're coming to. They're both talking to each other. I do believe. Oh, no, they're just pushing each other off this time. It looks very close because we're not sure what is going underneath that, and we just hear a little bit of talking, a little bit of nudging, maybe a motivation to just walk out. And there we go. We got the first walk out. Both players walking down together. I do believe they were trying to agree into, a ceasefire, trying to walk out. Unfortunately, looks like one of them walked out first, and that one person is Brad, which leads us into Jolene taking the win. But the next match we have here is now going into our semi-final round, Shiba versus Gigi, right? It's like another matchup, basically, and this is where we're gonna look at it. Shiba and Gigi, they're both looking kind of like excited. One of them just pops out like that. I do believe Shiba understands that, sometimes you just gotta give the win away, and he just gives it to Gigi just like that. Gigi not having to lift a paw off. Must be in shock at what is witnessing right here, and of course that is amazing. And what can you say? That is maybe a little bit of mind games that was coming in from Gigi as well, just trying to bait Shiba to do something. Now we have our last match here for today, Helena versus Jolene. Both players once again exemplifying what we saw when we had Brad versus Jolene, and Jolene no stranger to that. This time just staying out and waiting around. Whereas we have Helena just, grooming us, and once again, just waiting for something to happen. Both players don't seem to be like moving in and out, and these kittens, you gotta do something to make it advance. You gotta progress, and of course, I think Helena is gonna be first to make a move. Being a little bit impatient, is gonna try and do something here, but of course, I think both have decided to wait it on. Hey, good morning, Sleepy. You two gotta get up and let's get go up. I'm not one to try and disturb anyone, but I do believe our competitors here are a bit worn out today, and I think the best call for this match here is gonna be a tie. I mean, that's adorable. I wouldn't want to make them angry. I wouldn't want to do anything to them, to get them riled up. But that more or less wraps up what we have. Let's look at all our competitors here, from Claire, Yeshiba, Brad, Jolene, Gigi, and of course Helena. Right, we don't see them all here yet. Of course, some of them up in the backstage just preparing for their win. And of course, there you go. This is what I'm talking about. Helena was preparing her grand entrance for you as our overall winner. Everyone played their best here today, and of course, thank you so much for this enjoyable time we have here today at the Kitten Olympics 2021. And I am Ryan. I'll be signing off.